Collective, we're playing the waiting game. Sometimes that's not that bad. Sometimes it could be okay. Sometimes it's not that bad. Because you need to open up your sacral chakra. Woohoo! Your girl Jen from Echoes Under the Veil up in here. Ooh, came out again. Let's see what we got. This is going to be a quick little rundown. Little fun down. Little rundown, fun down. So we're going to do 5 cards. We're going to do, we're not going to throw them though. We're going to do light at the end of the tunnel. I like that. Okay. You rested and rejuvenated, so something is being removed. What's being replaced? The light. Harmony. Recent past. Shadow. Possible outcome. Wisdom. Bottom of the deck. Outcome. Okay, let's break these bad. Oh, no one's suffering in silence, or somebody could be, but it ain't you. What do we got here? I'm gonna leave that suffering in silence there because nobody wants to suffer, especially in silence. Oh, it keeps looking at me. Maybe somebody suffering in silence. So we'll pull it. We'll just pull it out. Okay. Why is rest and rejuvenate being here? Maybe you've rested enough. That's what's being removed. Maybe it's time to give up. Maybe it's showtime. Showtime. Boys and girls, children of all ages. It's time to get up and get going. All right. Rest and rejuvenate being removed. Okay, hello. Spirit, why are you throwing my cards? Oh. Well, you have 2 cards that flew out. Actually, there's 3. We'll look at that in a minute. You rested and rejuvenated because you felt like you were left out in the cold. So you had to rest and rejuvenate because you had to come to the realization you needed personal closure. You rested and rejuvenated because you needed to close the karmic world. I'm just going to call it that. You needed personal closure. You weren't getting closure, so you had to give it to yourself. The World in reverse. And then we got the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Greed. Maybe you were overindulging. Maybe you were being greedy. Maybe you were someone was being that way towards you, which I don't see. I mean, this is for the collective. Everyone has their own personality. Everyone has, to each his own, whatever floats your boat. But something made you rest, rejuvenate, but that is being removed. You being left out in the cold made you close a cycle. It's done. With possibly a King of Pentacles, which was greedy, like to indulge, stubborn, one-sided, my way or the highway. What is being replaced? The light. This reminds me of the Aquarius energy. The light. The light. You can always see the silver lining behind that cloud in the dark. The light. Oh, wow. Thank you. What's being replaced? 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. wealth, family, long-term success, contribution. That's beautiful. Oh, so the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So you ain't ready to cut nobody's head off now. No, you're the light, airy version. You're kind of like, okay, I'm making my money. I'm financially stable. I'm getting there. I have long-term success. My family's well. I'm well. All is well. You have someone here that's the Queen of Swords in the reverse. They're overly emotional. Cruel. Bitchy. Excuse my language. Cold-hearted. Well, why? You left me out in the cold. What you think? I wasn't going to turn around and take little Tim with his little bumped ass leg, and we wasn't going to go inside where Spirit was waiting for us? We were going to close out this cycle. We were going to rest and rejuvenate, and we were going to realize that you were greedy. So you realized a lot of stuff about a person, place, or thing, situation, job. You became the light. You became the light. And you worked on your 10 of Pentacles. Or you became bitchy. The Queen of Swords in reverse, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. You weren't overly emotional. Well, usually the Queen of Swords in the reverse is I'm an Aquarius. I am not emotional. But something made you overly emotional. It made you have to become cold-hearted, cruel, and bitter towards this person. They don't want to leave. They don't want to leave. They might be having car troubles. They might want to come see you, but they know if they do, it's off with their head. Off with their head. Get the frick up out of here before I call the po-po, and you ain't even a cop caller. Because I know I'm not. Every time I call the cops, I feel like I did something wrong. You have the Sun in reverse. Inner child. You weren't happy with this situation, what was going on. You weren't happy with this. You weren't happy. You worked on your shadow side, which is your ego. Which is your ego. Your shadow is your ego. Never let your shadow side take over, which is your ego. You. Because your shadow can take over you if you allow it. You didn't. You worked on yourself. You worked on yourself. You shut somebody right. You shut them right up. Like, get out. You're bitter towards them, or they could have been cold-hearted and cruel towards you. Take out whatever resonates. And you worked on your inner child, your shadow work. You were feeling down. You were sad. You know, it was somebody was being very careless with you, and they were and arrogant. Like, who wants arrogance? Arrogant. You avoided a tower. By working on your shadow, you avoided a tower. Why does everybody always have to call me? Sorry, my phone was ringing. You avoided this tower. Wisdom's here. Wisdom's here. Wisdom's here. Possible outcome. You gained wisdom. And courage. You gained wisdom and courage. You gave these burdens right here. You were holding a lot of burdens. It was a lot of hard work. It was a lot of hard work. You were holding on to a lot of burdens, but you're strong. You have the strength. You were able to. But Star in reverse. You had to strip yourself of everything. All these burdens made you have a lack of faith. You know, discouragement. You were insecure. You didn't trust yourself. You were discontent because of all those burdens. And then you manifest it. You manifest it. You have all the tools. You manifest it. Action, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, and you put all those burdens down. You went into hermit mode. Soul searching. Why do I have all these burdens? Why does everyone come to me with all their burdens, with all their problems? Why doesn't anyone ever ask how I'm doing? I have problems too. I'm not a soundboard. I'm not getting paid to be your psychiatrist. You put those burdens down because you started feeling very discouraged. And you say, you know what? It's time for me to manifest. You turn into the magician. You went into hermit mode. Virgo energy. Because you want to set a firm foundation. You have the Six of Wands. You've been dealing with a Leo. Always wanted recognition. Someone always wanted recognition while you were holding all those heavy burdens. That could have been your children you were dealing with, a relationship you were dealing with, you were dealing with everything. Everything. That's why the wisdom that you gained is so powerful. Because no one could ever take away what you know, which is your wisdom. This person now, because you manifest it, you know who you are. You set a firm foundation, which means this is my line. Do not cross it. Do not cross this line. When you went into hermit, you did soul searching. You were alone. You had no one to talk to but yourself and God. And you want to know something? You realized this egotistic, lack of confident narcissist right here, you're not part of my firm foundation. You're not getting breadcrumbs anymore. You don't want him or her or this job's breadcrumbs. You don't want it. You set a firm foundation by yourself. Nine of Wands. Now you're like, try me. Try me. Do not, like I said, the line in the sand. Do not cross this line. This is my line. This is my boundary. You cross it, you're going to see one of these wands up you. You know what feels like. And I don't think that it feels all that good. You stood in your power. What's the outcome? Someone suffering in silence. It ain't you, boo. It ain't you, boo-boo. It is not you. Suffering in silence because you couldn't make heads or tails. Why you had to go through all this, carry these burdens. But you know what? And why would you leave someone that you supposedly care for, end quote? Why would you leave me in the cold? Because you're a greedy Knight of Pentacles who don't want to spend, this person is so cheap, they won't even spend a nickel to see the buffalo, excuse my language, you know what, on it. Okay? That's an old saying. Old saying. I have also suffering in silence. This person that wants to come forward, but they will not, because they know your boundaries are so high that you have guards. You got guards around your fortress. This ain't no stronghold over here. This is what my firm foundation looks like. You ain't part of it. So now you suffer in silence like I had to, trying to figure out why you making me hold all your burdens I lost my lack of faith and I was in despair and I was insecure. Why? Why? Because of you leaving me out in the cold? Don't rest and rejuvenate no more. It's time to keep it moving. Now this person, oh my goodness. 5 of Cups. You know what? Acceptance, moving on, finding peace. Acceptance, moving on, finding peace. Personal setbacks and self-forgiveness. This might be you. Because you turned around and you see those 2 cups behind you. You saw that they were still standing. And you took them. And you ran like a thief in the night. Like, these are my cups. You suffer in silence. And don't come near me. Don't come near me trying to say one of those are your cups. You greedy King of Pentacles. Breadcrumber. Queen of Cups. Nah, you're not giving your love to just anyone. You're not codependent. They are. They gave their love to whoever. I need a place to stay. Oh, you can stay with me. I need a ride. I'll give you a ride. Give me $2, $5. Go half of me on a blunt. I'll give you a ride. Every day from work, I will give you a ride home in my busted up chariot that damn well knows they need a tune-up because this shit probably got over 200,000 miles on it. Go ahead with yourself. This person might have a black or a white car, but nah. They got a lack of direction. They don't know which direction to go with you. But they don't know the direction to not go with you. Death in reverse. So sad. You will go through a death and rebirth any second, anytime, over and over again, if you know it's going to clear the path to happiness for you. This individual that's suffering in silence, they're holding on to stagnation. They're holding on to what? What's they holding on to? I don't see no cups in this card. The only in this reading, the only cups I see are the 5 of Cups, and they're in reverse. And it's because you walked away and you found those 2 cups behind you, which is self-love. You loved yourself enough to walk away from someone who couldn't even offer you peace. You had to forgive yourself. That's why suffering in silence is here. Because you're not doing that. That's why this is in reverse, because they're not coming forward. They don't even know what to say to you. Oh, hold on. What? What you want to give me? Breadcrumbs? What? You can't give me, whatever you can give me, I can give myself 10 times better. And you were willing to work with this person. That's what's sad. But they don't want a death in rebirth. They don't want to change. Never, 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 never change. I'm still with crime because crime pays. Yeah, well, you get old. Let's see. One more. Outcome. What's the outcome for you? Not them. Get them out of here. Get them out of my reading. I don't want them. They're taking over the whole reading with their boo-hoo. Boo-hoo somewhere else. Crying your soup. They don't want you to move on. Come on. Let me get a different deck. They don't want you to move on. They want you to stay stuck on stupid. But you gain the wisdom. You are the light. You worked on your shadow. You looked in the mirror and said, you know what? This is wrong with me. That's wrong with me. I need to fix this about me. This is why I keep attracting people like this that don't love me, that don't love themselves. I do not want to keep living like this. You did the inner healing. You did it. They didn't do it for you. If anything, thank them, because for leaving you out with a cold, they made you really have to reflect by yourself. Or you were shivering and shit. This is gonna happen in the winter. This could have happened even 5 years ago, but the energy is still showing up, because this person thought that they did you in. They thought they did you in. Judgment in reverse. They're not hearing. This is a different deck. They're not hearing the call. They're not hearing they're not hearing the call to change. Oh, now they're realizing. Get out of my energy. They're still in this energy like, what? My goodness, go away. You did enough damage. Sorry guys for the banging. Get away from me. Get away from me. This is for you. This is for the collective. The one that's healing from all this toxic bullshit energy that they had to deal with. Give away the tower though, by working on your shadow. They just want to show up in this reading like they're losing sleep. Well, too bad. It's too bad, too sad. They're replaying events and thinking about you. They're thinking about how they did you dirty. They're in their feelings. This phone don't stop ringing. Only when I'm up here. They're in their feelings. But they will not ever admit they fucked up. So now they're getting their karmic lessons. And this is for you. Faith, healing, meditation, and praying. That's your affirmation. Get your chakras and get them all balanced. Pray. Have faith. Heal and meditate. Everything that has happened to you, it will heal. It might not heal overnight. But you're happily single. Stay that way until the right person comes along. The person who is on your same level. And when you manifest, you ask for what you want. Don't ask for, I want a relationship. You want a stable, loyal, real, loving relationship. You want harmony. You don't want this anymore. You want harmony. And you want someone who's truly going to love you for you, not what you can give them. Because that was a trap. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Ghosted. Maybe they got ghosted. Maybe they got ghosted. Hot and cold. On and off detached. Maybe for the person that they left you out in the cold for, ghosted their ass. Because they were shady. All right, guys. I'm going to leave it at that. Have a blessed day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.